Hello, I am Tato Cat and welcome to my channel. Today we're playing Pleasure. Previously, after showing the pictures to Hannah and Marianne, it didn't go too well and we ended up going to a priest and that didn't go too well either because apparently the ghost lady was on our shoulder and the priest guy was creeped out. Fantabulous. And so after that, we ended up having scary dreams, and then she was right there, like under our bed, trying to crawl up our legs, and no quick time event happened, even though I was expecting one. Of course. And then we were like, oh, well, that was a bust, and we went outside, and then all of a sudden, London Bridge is falling down is up playing over me talking and bothering me, and it turns out it's this kid who is pretty smart for her age, I guess. I honestly don't know how old she is. And we're getting some great advice from her. And that's pretty much where we left off. Okay, let's continue. I don't know why, but I can't help it. I laugh. Long enough to disturb an elderly couple taking a leisure walk nearby.
Why are you laughing?
That's nothing. You're a really smart kid, you know that?
That's what I've been doing, ain't it? Go full speed ahead, then backtrack. When the going gets tough, stay in my safe zone, because that's what I know. Once Dr. Navarro said I should be the first one willing to deal with my problems before anyone else. I didn't show up on our next appointment after that, but he's right. And though I hate to admit it, knowing what I've seen, but the kid makes a good point, too. I've been so caught up thinking there might not be a way out. Maybe there isn't, or maybe there is, but that doesn't mean I should just leave it up to fate.
You better get to school, though, or you'll miss sports day. You should have won yourself some awards, aight?
Alright! Can I show it to you when I do? That can cheer people up, right?
In the distance, her brother calls for her, and I took that as a sign to leave. Got things to do, to face. The first few steps, they say.
Nah, I'm good now, I think. Thanks to you. Besides, Mister needs to go. But you should show it to Mama and Papa. I'm sure they'll be proud of you, Kylie.
I will! Thanks, mister! Bye!
Bye, Kylie. I give her a little pat on the head before heading my way. A small gesture of thanks from a stranger she didn't know. She might have helped. She may not understand it now, even though at such a young age she already has this understanding of things. But maybe when she's older, the world no longer seems too big for her.
But aren't you going to help me, mister?
Oh no.
With what?
Oh great. Is the quick time event happening now? Confused, I glance back. Oh crap, she got creepier. Whatever cheer our little talk brought has vanished under the shadow, suddenly dancing in my eyes. At least she wasn't seeing a ring around the roses, although the London Bridge is still creepy. This frigid air is most definitely not how the morning chill should feel like. Bitter, stinging, and welcoming. And the kid.
What do you think, mister? Are you going to help me?
No.
Leave us alone! What did we do to you?
The response never comes, however. Because when I blinked, gone.
Hello? Mister? Are you okay?
For several passing seconds, I let my stare linger on her face, waiting for any sign of another change. But all that remains in there is the carefree smile of a child. None of the spite, none of the cold, bloody smile.
Nothing. I really need to go, Kylie. It was nice meeting you.
See you again, mister!
Journal updated. I break into a run. So this is after the party? This is the 29th. The party is the 29th. So this is like the day of the party. Got it. Zachary's nightmares became worse with each passing day. To help clear his mind of the unwanted things, Zach took a visit to the park. There he met little Kylie Suarez, a precious young girl studying at St. Goretti. Okay. Right. How do we know her last name, Journal? How? Yeah, and then Hannah confronted Luke. So this is after the party, not the date of the party. Well, he didn't talk about the party. I break into a run. I don't look back. Not even as I bump into a couple of passersby. As soon as I'm out on the busy streets. Going insane. This is what it is. And if we don't do something soon, we all will be. The troopers follow me even as I get home. I had hoped a little stroll around the block for a few hours would help. Instead, I'm assaulted with more images of her smile, her loathing in her eyes, the stench of gore, the horrid crunch that comes with every movement she makes. Even old memories have been sullied by her, and Ma's song no longer sounds as sweet as it's meant to be. In the end, all I've got is a sinking feeling I will never be rid of her image and another ridiculous idea that may or may not even work. The sun is already hanging low on the horizon when I make it back. And for the first time, coming home feels more like a chore. Only I don't arrive to an empty room, because as soon as I open my door, I'm greeted by none other than...
Sup, Z-Man?
Zach, yeah, of course.
I told you we should have called him before going here.
It's fine.
It is Ashton, I see first, sitting comfortably on my couch, munching on a bag of chips with both feet propped atop the coffee table. Whatever proverbial stone has made a home at the pit of my stomach automatically flies right out the window at the sight of him. But before any exasperation can set in, my attention is taken by another occupant in the room. Isabella, perched on the only other chair in the room, attempting to make herself smaller, it seems from how closely she's hugging her arms against her. Nevertheless, she gives me a small smile when she notices my stare. Yet somehow, there ain't any warmth in it like it's supposed to
Hey,
have.
Zach. Sorry we just barged in here. Ash was...
Relax. Z-Man gave me a copy of the key himself.
Only after you broke the 13th one? I can't keep replacing them every time you think it'd be a good idea to break into my apartment.
Yeah, let's not.
And stop calling me Z-Man!
I didn't break anything this time.
This time, he says.
Ash, just because I gave you a key doesn't mean you can just stroll in here whenever you want to. And, hey, is that my...
Ash smirks at me because, of course, he has the gall to smirk knowing what he did. He pops in what's likely the last piece of chip into his mouth and folds the wrapper neatly on the table before throwing it in the nearby trash. From her chair, Isabella shoots me an apologetic smile as soon as the foil hits the waistband with a dull thunk. Common sense dictates I should be angry. But after everything, having something normal play out in front of me, no matter how childish their antics can get, I can't bring myself to muster even a tidbit of it. Behind me, the television starts blaring the music for the end of the credits of the movie. They have likely been waiting for a while if Ash has gotten impatient enough to rummage through my cupboards and watch something.
Of course he eats all of it. You know, I was saving that for the weekend. Did you at least share some with Bella?
Don't worry about it. I'm good, Zach.
Really? It's free food, you know. What was that you usually say? You don't say no to free food? What happened?
No, I'm just not hungry.
But at least she's still alive. Ash only shrugs at the question in my eyes. He can't be the only one who finds this vibe she's giving off to be odd, and the guy has no doubt already caught wind of it.
Aye. But if you want something, just say so. I've got a fully restocked pantry right here at your disposal. Still not a 5-star level thing, but for an empty stomach, it'd do. Just say the word.
Thanks, Zach. Maybe next time. Food is not really what we came here for. Ash, he's the one who...
She casts a brief glance at Ash, and in an instant he sits up. Every trace of amusement is gone from his face as he clasps his hands in front of him and leans forward. A minuscule gesture meant to ease, yet the grim expression on him tells a different story altogether.
All right, you two, what's this about? I don't like those looks.
A short but tense pause follows. They're both stalling. Under normal circumstances, I'd wait. But these two, the more you force it, the more they'll clamp down on it. But as a handful of seconds continue to slip by, the unsettling feeling in me also grows with it. Soon it turns into impatience. Before I can demand a response, though, one of them finally speaks up. It's Isabella who breaks it first.
We just thought we should check on you.
Why?
After what happened to Rose,
Please don't tell me something happened again.
No, nothing. None so far.
So far.
And we're keeping it that way as much as possible.
Ash, it's not that easy. This isn't some...
We don't know that. Let me...
The bitter frustration in his tone is impossible to miss, but he catches it as soon as Isabella draws back. He allows himself a moment to breathe before dropping it for one less harsh, more tempered, gentler...
Let me look at this first, okay? I agreed to help, but you've got to let me handle things from now on.
I already told you everything.
There must be something we're not seeing in this just yet. We'll sort this out, but no more silly ideas and running around on your own. You're making people worry more than necessary. Becca, especially.
So everything's fine?
Depends on who you're asking. How are things with you? Anything odd?
Yes.
Good, I guess. Admittedly, how things went down at the housewarming party last night threw me off a bit.
Okay, now he's talking about it.
I'm not asking about that. Remember the letter thing Isabella's been yapping on about?
What a nice way to put
I'm
it.
asking about that kind of odd.
I look at him. Gaped, more like. The serious expression doesn't waver despite the perplexed look I shoot him. There's a brief second I let pass as I wait for the heavens to fall somewhere. It doesn't come. The sky is still bathed in vibrant reddish hues as it waits for the night to arrive. Luxembourg is still the same busy city, and everything in my room still appears as it did a second ago, including the unnerving ticking of my wall clock. But if Ashton, calm, cool, collected, always logical Ashton, takes interest in this, something or someone must have fucked shit up somewhere.
Well, the dreams, they're a lot worse than usual. There's a woman now, ever since we saw that letter. I don't know if it's the same one Isabella talked about. Maybe it is, maybe it ain't. I really don't want to go back to sleep sometimes. Last night was the worst. Anyway, why are you asking about this?
Rose's death isn't just a coincidence, Zach. It may have something to do with... I may have...
Wait, stop right there for a sec, Bella. I thought you ain't buying this stuff, Ash. Just the other day, you said the exact same thing.
I still don't, but even Rebecca, out of all people, claims there's something.
Oh great, so Becca has a thing happening too.
Whatever this is, someone has got to look into it. Everything about this screams shady.
Are you sure you even have the time? Ain't you busy with your current case?
I got taken off that one.
Oh, why? What'd you do, Ash?
You didn't say you were taken off your case.
Wait, this computer's getting hot. I'm gonna turn on my fan. It's gonna sound weird.
I just got the news this morning. Apparently the higher-ups think I'm doing a horrendous job at it. It doesn't matter though. If these two cases are connected like I initially thought, then regardless, I'm on the right track.
Are you sure we should even be doing this?
Doing what exactly?
Yes, doing what?
There's someplace we'll visit after this.
Too vague for comfort, Ash.
Yeah, be less vague,
And
Ash.
please don't tell me you're bringing her with you.
Of course he is. His affirmation comes in the form of a stare, but that alone says all I need to know. When I pointed out, gives him a pause, though, and his voice is thick with hesitation when he addresses Isabella. I'm trying not to cough.
You know what? Zach's right, Isabella. You don't have to come with me.
You ever hear me do the thing? I'm trying to not cough.
It's not myself I'm worried about. It's you. I'll just do this myself, if it'll get you into more trouble with your superiors. At least I can make up an excuse why I need to be there.
Don't be ridiculous. You're not walking in there without me. Besides, I think it's a little too late to back out now.
Are we gonna break into the mansion Scooby-Doo style? Where's our dog?
Have you two seen the news this morning?
No.
I haven't, actually. Mama called, and I was busy.
The change in the air around her, while small, can have gone unnoticed, and it takes every willpower to not ask. Probably the only thing reigning in my curiosity is the fact that Ash himself haven't brought it up either.
No problem. It should be in the afternoon news as well.
He grabs the remote and cycles through numerous channels until he gets to a news report about another guy who has been found dead in the early hours of the morning today. Another victim by the Anselm Butcher. Man burned after room catches fire. Who's this? Burned alive this time. Oddly, no fire has spread, and whatever damage has been contained within the place the body was found. The room itself, however, has been completely vandalized. Help me. Help me. Help me. Another murder, the authorities claimed. Isabella and I knew better. None of us shifts even after the report ends, but the room has suddenly felt stifling. Ashton's eyes have gone hooded. What appears to be restrained anger, and the remote in his hand creaks madly under his grip. The stone is back in my stomach. Tiny little thing gripping at my insides, growing with every passing second as the dread sinks in. In the thick of it, Isabella's voice is the one that breaks the hush. A small, weak thing, on its own, that wavers unevenly between words, but every syllable heavy with meaning.
This is because of that thing, isn't it? I did this somehow.
When it fades, all that's left in the air is her doubt and fear, while all we can do is to cope. Is there something I can say to make her feel better? We can still fix this. Stay silent. I don't know how we're gonna fix it, but we can still fix this. We
It
can do
ain't
it.
too late. We could still fix this. There's 3 of us here.
Ashton and Isabella like me more now. Also, this is a game, you know, not reality. If this was real, I'd be like, fuck, we're screwed. But this is a game. There's gotta be an option somewhere. Maybe. Sometimes. This could be one of those games where there is no happy ending and everyone dies. Who knows?
4 if you count Rebecca.
We're not counting her.
No, she's
Even Bella's not counting her.
staying away from this.
She lifts her gaze at me, eyes steady and shoulders squared, as she holds it against the baffled look I give her. Although, in the next second, it immediately softens, and it takes me by surprise nevertheless. In those brief moments, it's like I face a different person.
I don't want to involve her in this any more than I already have. Both of you as well.
I already said it. That's completely out of the question. Stop asking.
Still in all, that's 2 extra heads who can do the thinking. Between us 3, I'm sure we'll figure something out pretty soon.
Especially if we get a talking dog and a mystery van.
Don't make this whole thing sound like it's a piece of cake to deal with.
It ain't. But better than sitting around, yeah? Plan is still a plan.
You're going to shoot yourself in the foot one day with that kind of thinking. We don't even know who's doing this.
Well, that's the point of figuring it out, huh? If we already knew, we wouldn't have to figure it out now, would we?
The last 2 murders might just be similar incidents done by 2 different suspects.
Hasn't stopped you from going after them before. Remember that time when you...
Okay, stop right there. There will be no retelling of that incident today, Z-Man.
Why not? Now I want to know. Tell me.
Or ever.
Man.
Keep calling me Z-Man and maybe I will.
Suddenly Isabella laughs. Though muffled by her hand, it rings, light and easy against the thick tension in the room. Still a far cry from the usual cheer she carries, but brings a welcome shift in the otherwise dreary mood.
Thanks, you two.
I'll tell you about it when he's not around.
Give it up, Z-Man. She's not interested.
She's totally interested. Even if she's not, I am. And I'm the one making the choices, so if there's an option of Lily, let's do the story, I'm going to choose yes.
Who says I'm not?
Ash makes a face, but chuckles at the jest despite himself.
Why am I even friends with you two?
And like this, most of our worries ebb away, only for a few moments. They take their leave mere minutes close to sundown. But regardless of the lighter mood, little has been said of their plans, only vague hints of what they're aiming to do after. While it ain't any of my business to know, something about this whole thing still gnaws at me. A tiny passing thought urges me to do something as well. At this hour, the streets are once again busy with people heading home after a hard day's work. A little of the bustle matters to them as they step out of the crowded walkway, however. Ash, especially. There's only his goal in his mind, and I'd wager there's nothing I can do to stop him at this point. He's probably decided on it long before they made the decision to drop by. But despite this, Isabella lags behind. A worried crease is back on her forehead as she watches Ash leave to get his car.
Something wrong, Bella?
No, actually, can you check on Becca for me after this? I really didn't get the chance to tell her where I'm headed off to. Tell her I'm okay and no, just that. That's all.
You sure I should skip on that part? If she finds out about this, she'll be angry. I don't really want to deal with angry Rebecca. It gives me a stomachache just thinking about it.
Neither do I, but I'll handle it if she gets mad. Just make sure she's safe and tell her to be careful.
I assume she's also going through some similar event.
You too. Take care of yourself.
Almost abruptly she pauses, the gaze in her eyes hardening as she lapses into another one of those long, distant silences from earlier. This ain't just because of the whole fiasco with the letter anymore.
I don't want what happened to Rose to happen to you guys as well.
This one, cut deeper. Before I could ask about it, Ashton returns casually, swinging his car keys on one hand and gestures at Isabella.
Come on, we don't have much time. Shirley's waiting.
Who's sure? Oh, right.
The car.
Don't answer that. I don't want to hear it, you huge dork.
Says the person who gave her stuffed toys names. Batcat? Really?
What's wrong with giving stuffed toys names, huh? Huh?
It's cute. Yours is just weird. I'll see you later, Zach.
She spares me another smile, and as I watch her walk off, only now did it occur to me that none of those she gave today ever did reach her eyes. I make a grab for the back of Ash's parka. He staggers briefly before correcting himself and shooting me a confused
Is
stare.
she alright?
What? Who's okay?
Isabella. She's been, I don't know, out of it today? Did something happen earlier?
The scowl on his face says it all.
She's actually been like that this morning. I'll ask, but
Just do me a favor and watch over her. We have no idea what we're dealing with. I don't know what happened to her since the last time I saw her, but from how she's been doing today, whatever it is, seems like a pretty big deal. Wait, you didn't annoy her again, did you? Because I swear to God, if you did, you've got another thing coming for you.
what? No, why would I?
Because you're you.
Just so you know, I already apologized for the one at the movie house. Granted, she deserved more of an apology, but I meant it that time.
I'm just asking. I'll take your word for it. But if you can find out what's bothering her, that'd be nice. Honestly, I don't think it's the letter this time.
I'll see what I can do.
Make sure you keep yourself out of harm's way, alright?
Yeah, you too. Don't do anything reckless again.
Reckless, no. But I can't make you to promise I won't do anything. After seeing that, there's no way in hell I'm going to pretend there ain't a problem when there is. This is a really big one, and I'll be damned if I let anything happen to you guys while I sit here. I'm done running when things get tough.
Yeah. You go, Zach. He's about to argue for a moment, but...
Look, bro, if things ain't good, I'll be the first one out. But allow me this one thing, alright? Just this one time. If it doesn't work out, you'll be the first one to know. You can laugh then, or berate me all you want. But please don't ask me to step aside like I'm incapable of doing anything to help.
I have no idea if it is the look on my face or the tone of my voice. Ultimately, although his mouth presses into a thin line, he nods.
Alright, stay safe, Zach.
Journal updated. 5 my October 29th. When he stumbles into the sidewalk and allows the afternoon crowd to swallow him whole, I like to think the tiny gleam in his eye is the closest we can get to optimism in this situation. And what does the all-knowing journal say? Upon returning to his apartment, Zachary was greeted by Ashton and Isabella. Now suspicious of what was happening, Ashton informed Zach that he and Isabella will try to get to the bottom of this. He also warned Zach to be careful. Whether that alone will be enough to give me a peaceful sleep tonight remains to be said. October 30th, Sunday. Night falls, and despite my best attempts, sleep continues to elude me. With her image still stuck in my head, flashing every few moments, it catches me off guard. With Maul's lullaby still echoing in my ears, no longer the soft tune it once was. And the terrible gnawing at the pit of my stomach. It's no wonder I can't bring myself to drift off even for a little while. It's not as if there's a complete lack of things to do while waiting for sleep to come, if it ever will. And at 2:45 in the morning, I find myself cleaning my photography equipment for no other reason than just to pass time. Though, if I'm going to be honest, it's not the night terrors that are keeping me wide awake tonight, but the anxiety and the hope I'll hear from Ashton or Isabella soon. And what, perhaps the 42nd time, my eyes shift over to the end of the table where my phone lies still. I've not heard from them since they left. They haven't promised to call, of course, but a small part of me wishes they would have the common sense, at the very least. Waiting is a tough game, and with the concern stretching out for the minutes far longer than usual, it's impossible for more unpleasant thoughts not to enter my mind. However, it does not help that when the clock finally strikes 3... Oh, great! Is this the quick time event I've been waiting for? Here she comes. It's 3 o'clock. The hour. Also, she's wearing some clothes. I'm like, is she naked? Am I gonna have to censor something? My hand stills. It'll be a complete utter lie to say my heart didn't leap straight from my throat in that brief second. My whole body has gone motionless, ears straining for any further sounds, because you need to hear more than that one. A couple of 10 seconds pass. Nothing. Of course, with how old the building I'm staying in, power fluctuates. Ain't anything new. Power fluctuations ain't anything new. Every now and then, this would happen, giving a few tenants in a rather bad mood. Well, we will see if we're going to get our quick time event. Now I'm ready for it this time. Yeah, I'm gonna fail. We'll see what happens in the next episode. I'm Tina Cat. Have a wonderful morning, evening, afternoon.